Let's go now to Ainsley McPhail. We're talking about school safety, and sometimes just being nice to each other is a good way to be in a safe space. Good morning, Ainsley.
I love that we have to say these things. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Rochelle. Yeah, kindness is so important. Constable Allison joins us now, and I know it sounds silly for me to present it that way, but it's really true, especially in your line of work. Tell us about that's importance and how it rolls out in practice here in schools.
I think that when we have all these people in one building and they're all trying to work together and they're all doing their separate things at the same time, we just need to teach our kids to be good humans. And kindness is just so easy, but it doesn't necessarily come naturally every day. So I think for parents, for teachers, right, just to remind kids to be patient with each other, to be aware of each other. I think with all our devices now, all these kids being so much involved online, they forget that human presence a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's leading to my next question. You guys do presentations about online safety. What are some tips that you're giving the kids?
A lot of what we do bullying presentations, we do cyberbullying presentations. Kids are just so involved in their online world now. We're trying to remind them to take breaks from it a little bit, right? To look up in a conversation with someone. It seems funny that we have to remind people to do this now, but parents too, right? We set examples for our kids when we've got our phones in our hands all the time. Just put that away. And in schools now they do. They have to put their phones away. But again, even for the older kids, we're reminding them, you know, in your breaks, just be aware of each other, right? And that's part of that kindness piece, is we just forget that human interaction a little bit. So we're trying to remind kids to just step back a little bit from that and try and be present in what you're doing.
It's also evolving and can perhaps be intimidating for parents. What tips do you have for them?
I get that a lot from parents, is their fear of taking that device away, right? At the end of the day, I think we're responsible for teaching those good habits, for setting the example, and for kids to have that temporary break from being on screen, from all that that can cause that anxiety for kids when they're seeing everything, especially now with the posts for what everyone did over the summer and right, who was hanging out with who. That's all a lot of pressure for kids. And so teaching our kids, you know what, you can take a break from that. You can have that moment, right? Yeah. And look up and have a conversation with someone, right? Remember that everyone is sort of feeling the same, right?
Connection, not just on our phones. Get off that iPad. Okay, we'll see you at 8:38.
So important. Thank you, Ainsley.